close your eyes. And before anything else, before intention, before practice, before the desire to become calmer or wiser, simply notice that you are breathing. Not that you are breathing. That breathing is happening. This distinction is everything. Sit with it. In the oldest languages ever spoken on this earth, the word for and the word for spirit were the same word. Not similar words, the same word. One syllable meaning simultaneously, the air moving through your body, and the invisible force animating all of existence. Ancient minds, far wiser than they are given credit for, saw no difference between the two. What if they were not being poetic? What if they were being precise? Feel your next inhale as though for the first time. The oldest traditions taught that breath is not merely biological. It is the primary act of receiving. Every inhale is the universe offering itself to you. Every exhale is you offering yourself back. A conversation so continuous and so intimate. It has never once paused since the moment you arrived. In breathing, you have always been in communion with something larger than yourself. One tradition held that the deepest form of trust a human being could practice was the willingness to exhale completely, to empty oneself entirely, in the faith that the next breath would come. It always has, 10,000 times today alone, without your management, without your oversight. This has been true every moment of your life, including the moments you were most certain you were alone. Several of the world's oldest contemplative traditions, separated by oceans, centuries, and radically different cosmologies, independently arrived at the same instruction. Sit, notice the breath at the place it enters the body, do nothing else. The convergence is not coincidence. When independent rivers flow toward the same place, that place is worth visiting. The cool arrival, the warm departure, the pause between them. That pause, some teachers said, is where the self dissolves. Others said, it is where the divine lives. Perhaps they were pointing at the same silence. One ancient vision describes the first human formed from dust, becoming alive only when breath was breathed into them, not assembled into life, breathed into it. You are that image made literal. Dust, given breath, given consciousness, given the capacity to sit in stillness and wonder what it all means. You are not a person having a spiritual experience. You are something spiritual, having a human one. What exists before thought? One tradition built monasteries in service of this single question. Another answered with paradoxes, designed to collapse the rational mind into silence. Another with music, another with fasting, another with a sacred syllable repeated until the one repeating it disappeared. Different doors, the same room. That room, before thought, beneath thought, is where you are being invited. Not tomorrow, not when conditions are better. Now, in this breath, in this exact and unrepeatable moment, beneath the identity you maintain, beneath the story you narrate, something has always been quietly present. Every tradition that has ever looked deeply inward has found it, named it differently, and been equally unable to fully describe it. A light that does not flicker, a presence that was never born and will never die. You do not need to believe any particular story about what it is. Only notice that it is here, steady beneath the noise, whole beneath the feeling of being broken. Breathe. Receive the universe. Return yourself. Receive again. This is the oldest practice in the world, the one no tradition invented, because it arrived before tradition, before language, before the first human mind asked what any of it meant. It is simply life, breathing itself. And you are, right now, the place where that happens. Set down everything you are carrying. Not gradually, not with preparation. Simply set it down, the way a traveler sets down a heavy pack at the edge of a forest. You are at the edge of a forest now. Step in. Every wisdom tradition that has ever existed began outdoors. Not in temples, not in texts, in forests, on mountains, beside rivers, under open sky. The earliest seekers did not separate the search for truth from the natural world, because to them, the natural world was the truth. Undistorted, unedited, speaking constantly to those patient enough to listen. Nature has never stopped speaking. We simply learned, slowly, to stop hearing it. Bring to mind a tree. That tree has never been anxious about becoming. It does not rehearse spring or grieve autumn in advance. It simply is. Reaching upward with everything it has, releasing everything it no longer needs, season after season, without resistance. One ancient tradition taught that the enlightened person and the tree are practicing the same thing. Complete presence within their own nature, without apology, without striving to be otherwise. What would your life feel like if you trusted your own nature? That completely. Now think of water. The oldest philosophical text ever written on the art of living returns again and again to one image: water. Not because water is passive, but because water is intelligent. It does not force, it does not argue. It finds the path that opens, moves there, and over centuries carves canyons through solid stone. Entire spiritual lineages were built on this single observation. The softest thing in existence overcomes the hardest, not through force, through faithfulness. Let your breath become water now, finding its path, yielding without losing itself. Ancient traditions across every continent observe the same profound truth in seasons, and built their entire understanding of human life around it. You have lived through seasons of the self, winters of contraction, springs of unexpected return, summers of fullness, autumns of necessary release. And the most important teaching these traditions offered was not how to make it always summer, but how to trust the winter. Every bare branch is already holding, invisibly, the blossom it will become. What in your life right now is in its winter season? Can you soften the grip of needing it to be spring already? One tradition described the divine as a great breath, exhaling the world into existence, inhaling it back, creation and dissolution as a single continuous rhythm, like the tide, like the seasons, like the heartbeat of something so vast it has no name. You are inside that rhythm right now, not observing it from a distance, inside it. The same force that moves the ocean moves the blood through your body. The same intelligence that tells the seed to break open tells something in you, again and again, to keep going. You are not separate from nature, trying to reconnect with it. You are nature, remembering itself. Feel the ground beneath you. It has held every creature that has ever lived, without complaint, without condition, without once asking to be thanked. Many traditions considered the earth not as a resource, but as a living ancestor, something to be honored, listened to, learned from. You are being held right now, not metaphorically, actually held. Let that be enough to release just slightly the exhausting effort of holding yourself together alone. Carry the river with you when you leave this stillness. Carry the patience of the tree, the trust of the seed, the faithfulness of the tide. And remember, the wisest thing nature has ever demonstrated is not power, not beauty, not abundance. It is the willingness to let go completely and begin again. Come to stillness. And this time, arrive with a particular kind of courage. The courage to stop defending the heart and simply open it. This may be the most radical act available to a human being. Not climbing mountains, not achieving greatness. Simply opening. Every major wisdom tradition in human history has placed compassion not at the edge of its teaching, but at the absolute center. Not as sentiment, not as weakness. As the highest and most difficult form of intelligence a human being can develop, the recognition that beneath every face, however difficult, however distant, lies a being who knows what it is to suffer. Who knows what it is to want to be loved? Who is, beneath everything, doing the best they can with what they were given. This recognition alone, practiced faithfully, can dismantle more walls than any argument ever could. Begin with yourself. One ancient teaching described self-compassion not as indulgence but as foundation. That a person who cannot offer kindness inward will eventually run dry offering it outward, like a well that gives water to every passing traveler, but is never permitted to refill. Think of everything you have carried this year. The expectations unmet, the words said wrong, the version of yourself you kept promising to become now. Rather than judging any of it, offer inward what you would offer without hesitation to someone you love who came to you broken with the same confession. You were doing the best you could. You are allowed to move forward. Let that land not as a thought, as something genuinely felt. Now widen the circle. Bring to mind someone you love without complication. Feel the particular warmth of that love. Then recognize, this person carries invisible weight you cannot see. Fears never spoken aloud, wounds that predate your knowing them, moments in the dark when they doubted everything they are. Beneath all their surfaces, as tender and bewildered as you are. One tradition developed an entire meditative practice around a single intention: to genuinely wish another being free from suffering, not as performance, as a felt reality, cultivated the way a musician cultivates skill, through patient, repeated return. May they be at peace. May they be free. Now bring to mind a stranger. Someone passed today without a second thought. You know almost nothing about them. And yet you know everything that matters. That they have loved someone, lost something, known days when the world felt too heavy, and moments when something small made them inexplicably glad. Several traditions taught that the stranger is sacred, that in the face of someone unknown, something divine looks back, waiting to be recognized. What would change if every stranger were met with that quality of seeing? Now, the most difficult circle. Someone who has caused you pain. You do not need to minimize what happened. Truth remains true. But consider this, something every contemplative tradition has observed across centuries of watching human behavior. No one causes harm from a place of wholeness. Every cruelty originates in a wound. Every coldness is an unspoken cry. The ones who have hurt us are almost always ones who were hurt first, and never shown another way. You do not have to forget. You are only asked to try one thing. May the wound in them that caused pain one day find light. This is not weakness. It is the most advanced practice available to the human heart. Now let all circles dissolve into one. Your self-loved ones, strangers, even those who caused pain, all moving through this life with the same fundamental longing, to be seen, to belong, to be loved without condition. One tradition called this the great community of suffering. Another called it the family of God. Another had no name for it, only a practice. Bow to every being you encounter, because every being carries something worthy of reverence. We are all, every one of us, doing the best we can from where we stand. Let the heart become, for this moment, like the sun, radiating without choosing, warming without exhausting itself. The more freely compassion is given, the more abundantly it returns. Stop. Not gradually, not with preparation. Simply stop. Let whatever you were thinking dissolve, the way sound dissolves after a bell has been struck. You do not need to chase thoughts away. You do not need to replace them with something better. Just stop and notice what remains. Every wisdom tradition that has ever existed eventually arrived at the same uncomfortable, luminous conclusion. The most important things cannot be said. Not because they are secret, not because they are forbidden, but because language, magnificent as it is, was built to describe the surface of reality. And what lives beneath the surface has always been larger than any word ever formed to contain it. The mystics of every age knew this, and their response was not despair. It was silence. Chosen, deliberate, practiced with the same dedication a musician brings to an instrument. Because silence, they discovered, is not the absence of something. It is the presence of everything that noise had been covering. Observe your thoughts now, not as someone who must act on them, not as someone who must believe or solve or follow them anywhere, simply as a witness, the way you might sit beside a busy road and watch cars pass without climbing into any of them. A thought arises, you notice it. It passes. Another comes, you notice it. It passes. One ancient tradition called this practice the greatest freedom available to a human being. Not freedom, thought, but freedom from being ruled by thought. The recognition that you are not the traffic. You are the one watching. Several traditions independently developed the practice of asking one question, not to answer it, but to hold it until the questioner dissolves. Who is it that notices? Something in you right now is aware. Something is watching thoughts arrive and depart. Something is reading these words and simultaneously noticing that it is reading. It has no biography, no preferences, no fear of death. It was present when you were 5 years old, and it is present now, and it has remained through every storm your life has moved through, completely undisturbed. Now observe an emotion. Whatever is alive in you right now, do not try to change it. Do not explain it. Simply watch it the way you might watch a cloud cross an open sky. One tradition offered this image so precisely it has survived thousands of years of translation intact. You are not the cloud. You are the sky. And the sky, however dramatic the weather that passes through it, is never damaged. You are never damaged at the deepest level, only temporarily obscured. Now go one layer deeper. Observe the awareness itself. Here language genuinely begins to fail. And that failure is not a problem. It is an invitation offered by every contemplative tradition that has ever existed, in every language ever spoken, pointing always towards the same wordless place. One tradition described it as the sound of one hand clapping, a question with no answer, designed to exhaust the rational mind until it falls exhausted into the silence it was always seeking. Another described it as the face you had before your parents were born. Another simply said, "Be still." Different lanterns, one darkness, the same stars waiting inside it. Notice the gap between two thoughts. It is there, brief as the space between heartbeats, but it is there, a window of pure, open awareness, asking nothing, containing everything. That gap is always available. In the middle of a difficult conversation, in the middle of a crowded room, in the middle of your loudest, most tangled day, one conscious pause and the silence is there. Not as escape from life, as the ground beneath it. You do not find silence, you remember it. It has been here the entire time. Patient as stone, faithful as breath, waiting beneath every moment of noise, for you to stop long enough to feel it. Stop, feel it. This is enough. This has always been enough. Settle into stillness once more. And this time, bring a question with you. Not to answer quickly, but to hold the way you might hold something precious and fragile, turning it slowly in the light. The question is this: who are you? Really? Begin with what you know. You have a name, you have a history. You have a collection of memories that feel, most of the time, like a continuous story. A thread running from childhood to this very moment, giving you the comfortable sense of being a single, coherent person moving through time. But look more closely. The person you were at 7 years old, with those particular fears, those particular joys, that particular way of seeing the world, where are they now? Not gone entirely, perhaps, but so transformed as to be almost unrecognizable. The beliefs you once held as absolute truth, how many have quietly dissolved? The things you once needed desperately, how many no longer matter at all? If you have changed this completely, what precisely has remained constant? Consider your roles. You are perhaps a son or a daughter, a partner, a parent, a friend. You carry a profession, a nationality, a set of opinions carefully assembled over a lifetime. You have tastes and preferences, habits and histories, wounds and achievements. These are real, they matter. But they are costumes, not the wearer. They are waves, each one distinct, each one important, but none of them the ocean. Beneath every role you have ever played, something was watching. Feel into that now, the witness. It was there when you were a child, bewildered by the size of the world. It was there in your moments of greatest joy, watching quietly even as you celebrated. It was there in your darkest hours, steady, still, unbroken, even when everything else felt like it was falling. It has never had an opinion about you. It is never judged, never praised, never compared. It simply sees. And here is the extraordinary thing. That witness is not a small thing inside you. It is not a hidden room in the house of your personality. It is the space in which the entire house exists. Your memories. Are you those memories? Pause genuinely here. Your memories are events that happened to someone. They were experienced, they were stored, they can be recalled. But the awareness that holds them, that watches them rise and fall like old photographs, that awareness was never inside the memory. It was always on this side of it, observing, unchanged. Your emotions, are you those emotions? You have felt fear, but you were not fear itself, because you watched it arrive and you watched it leave and you remained. You have felt joy. You have felt grief so heavy. It seemed it would never lift. And yet, here you are, on the other side of all of it. Something in you survived every storm, not by being strong enough, but by being deeper than the storm could reach. You are not what happens to you. You are what notices what happens. Now try this. Let every label fall away, one by one, gently, without drama. Your name, set it down. Your profession, set it down. Your nationality, your history, your opinions, set them down, just for this moment. The way you might set down everything in your pockets before stepping into a river. What remains? Not nothing. Something remains. Something that is undeniably, unmistakably here. Present, aware, quietly alive, needing no label to exist. No achievement to justify its presence. No story to give it meaning. That is you. The you that was never born into a role and will never die when the roles are finished. Rest in that now. Not as a concept to be understood, but as a felt reality, however brief, however subtle. You are vaster than your story, older than your name, more spacious than any emotion that has ever moved through you. And this recognition, this single, quiet, world-altering recognition, is the beginning of genuine freedom. When you return to your roles, and you will, and that is perfectly right, carry something with you. The knowledge that you are the one wearing the costume, not the costume itself, that no circumstance, however difficult, can reach the deepest part of what you are. That behind every version of you that has ever existed, the uncertain child, the striving adult, the person sitting here now, one clear, unbroken light has always been shining. It has never needed your permission. It has never required your understanding. It simply is, as you simply are. Breathe in and notice, even as you do, that this breath is already becoming the past by the time you are aware of it. It has already begun to leave. This is not a sad thing. This is the most honest thing. Everything you have ever cherished has been temporary. Every season of your life, the golden ones you wished would never end, the dark ones you were certain would never lift. Each one has moved, dissolved, transformed into something unrecognizable. And here you are, still breathing, still present, still, against all probability, here. That alone deserves a moment of astonishment. Consider what you have already survived. People who were once the architecture of your daily existence, gone now. In one form or another, versions of yourself you outgrew, or were forced to abandon convictions that once felt permanent as bedrock, now dust. Dreams that arrived with such urgency and departed without farewell. You have already moved through more endings than you give yourself credit for. And every single time, something in you found a way to continue. I think about aging differently than I once did. The body changes quietly, continuously, without consultation. Something in the mirror carries now the faint cartography of every year lived, every laugh, every grief, every sleepless night, every afternoon of unexpected joy etched into the face in a language only time can write. This is not deterioration. This is the body doing precisely what it was always meant to do, moving faithfully through the years, accumulating the evidence of a life genuinely inhabited. To carry marks is to have been present for something that is not a small thing. Bring to mind something you are holding too tightly. Perhaps a relationship in a specific form, a vision of how things were supposed to unfold. An image of yourself that no longer quite fits, but that you keep wearing because releasing it feels like free fall. What would it feel like to open your hand? Not to abandon what you love, but to hold it the way you might hold a living creature, with presence, with tenderness, with gratitude, and without the illusion of permanence. What becomes possible when change is no longer the adversary? Now sit with death, gently, without turning away. Every living thing participates in this mystery. The blossom does not resist its wilting, the flame, when it goes out, does not argue with the darkness. The wave does not mourn its return to the ocean that made it. Mortality is not the opposite of existence. It is the completion of it. And here is what I find remarkable. What contemplatives across every age and geography discovered independently, arriving at the same shore by different paths. Knowing that we are finite does not diminish life. It ignites it. It returns urgency to the unremarkable. It makes an ordinary afternoon suddenly, almost unbearably, precious. It whispers, not of loss, but of attention. Pay attention. Look at the people you love while they are here. Feel this moment, right now, this specific configuration of your life, your breath, your becoming. It will never come again. Not this quality of light, not this exact convergence of everything that has brought you here. It is already moving, already becoming memory, already giving way to whatever arrives next. Does that make it less valuable? Or infinitely more? Beneath all of this flux, beneath the tides of loss and renewal, beneath every season of the self, that quiet witness from before remains, unshaken, watching everything with the calm of something that knows it is deeper than any tide. Nothing lasts. Everything matters. This moment, unrepeatable, fleeting, luminous, is enough. Open your eyes softly. Not all the way. Just enough to let the world back in gently, like light entering a room through a half-drawn curtain. Because this stage does not ask you to retreat from life. It asks you to return to it differently. Consider your ordinary day. The alarm, the coffee, the desk, the calls, the small frustrations, the moments of unexpected laughter, the work, the responsibilities, the 10,000 unremarkable actions that constitute a human life. Now consider this. What if none of it was ordinary? What if every action, however humble, however repetitive, was an opportunity to bring the full force of your awareness into the world? Not someday, not in the grand moments. Right now, in this, in all of it. Think of work. Whatever form your work takes, the craftsman who carved wood with complete attention was not less present than the one who sat in prayer. The farmer tending soil with patience was practicing something profound, a daily surrendered process to the dignity of doing one thing well. The quality of attention you bring to an action is the quality of life you create from it. When you rush, you are absent from your own life. When you are fully present, even in the smallest task, you are completely alive. Now, think of the people in your life. Your relationships are not interruptions to your practice. They are the practice. Every moment of genuine listening, truly hearing another person without preparing your response, is an act of profound generosity. Today, choose one person, just one. And for one conversation, give them the rarest gift available in the modern world: your complete and undivided presence. Consider service. There is action that comes from obligation, heavy, reluctant, resentful before it begins. And there is action that comes from recognition that in serving another, you are serving the whole. Service freely given is never truly lost. Bring to mind one task that awaits you today. Now imagine approaching it differently. Not faster, not more efficiently, but more consciously. Bringing to it the same quality of stillness you have been cultivating here, treating it not as an obstacle between you and some better moment, but as the moment itself. What would it feel like to do ordinary things with extraordinary attention? There are no unimportant moments. Life lives in the in-between, in the work done thoroughly when no one is watching, in the small repeated acts of kindness that leave no trace, except in the invisible texture of another person's day. A life is built not from its peak moments, but from the quality of its ordinary ones. Go gently, go fully. Let the sacred be hidden in plain sight, exactly where it has always been. Come to stillness, and this time, arrive with a particular kind of honesty, the willingness to look without flinching at what you have been carrying, not to punish yourself with it, but to finally set it down. We carry more than we admit. Old wounds wrapped carefully in silence. Grievances so familiar they no longer feel like grievances. Just like the way things are, the way certain people are, the permanent shape of a scar we stop noticing because we have worn it so long. Some of what we carry is ancient, inherited even, passed down through families like furniture nobody chose, but nobody thought to remove? What pain are you still holding that was never truly yours to own? Begin with someone who has hurt you. Feel it honestly. The wound was real. The impact left its mark. I am not asking you to pretend otherwise, or dress the damage in softer clothing. But consider this, something I return to whenever resentment tries to make itself at home in me. Every moment you carry that bitterness, you remain tethered to the very thing that harmed you. Not them, you. The one who suffered keeps returning to the scene, keeps the flame alive, keeps paying with the currency of the present moment for something that happened in the past. Forgiveness is not a gift to the one who wounded you. It is an act of profound mercy toward yourself, a declaration that your future will no longer be furnished by someone else's worst moment. You do not need to approve of what was done. You do not need to forget, explain, or reconcile. You are simply choosing to put down the weight. Imagine it literally. Feel the heaviness in your chest, your shoulders, the tight places where old pain quietly resides. Now imagine, breath by breath, that weight becoming lighter, not vanishing, but loosening its grip, releasing its claim on the hours ahead. What would that freedom feel like? Sit with that question until the answer becomes something you can almost taste, something close enough to touch. Now turn inward toward yourself. This is the forgiveness most rarely offered and most desperately required. The mistakes made, the moments of smallness, the unkindness that visited you in an unguarded hour and found its way out before you could stop it. The opportunity surrendered to fear. The years spent in directions you now wish you had questioned sooner. You have judged yourself for these things long enough. Every philosophy that has ever taken human suffering seriously eventually arrives at the same quiet conclusion. That guilt, when it has delivered its message, must be released. That a person imprisoned by their own past cannot build anything new. That the most important moment of accountability is not the one where you condemn yourself, but the one where you choose to begin again. Offer yourself now what you would offer without hesitation to someone you love. You were doing the best you could with what you knew. You are allowed to move forward. Now bring awareness to the past itself. The chapters that did not unfold as hoped. The roads not taken. The words arriving too late or too soon. The whole complicated, irreversible archive of a life fully inhabited. What becomes possible when the past is no longer a verdict, but simply a history. You are not your worst moments. You are not even your finest ones. You are the one who lived through all of them, who kept showing up, kept breathing, kept moving through seasons of the self that sometimes felt impossible, and is still, remarkably, here. Here is what I believe, having sat with this long enough. Forgiveness does not arrive all at once. It is a direction chosen again and again, sometimes daily, sometimes hourly, until one morning, the weight is simply, quietly gone. Not forced, not performed, just released. Like an exhale, so complete the body forgets was ever held. Rest in that spaciousness now, the particular lightness of a heart that has chosen, even tentatively, even partially, to release what it no longer needs to hold. This is what freedom feels like. Not the absence of a past, but a life no longer imprisoned by one. Let it go, and let yourself go forward into the open. Settle into stillness. And this time, let the boundaries of yourself become just slightly more permeable, not dissolved, not lost, simply softened. The way the edge of a shadow softens as the light shifts. What you are about to feel is not a concept. It is something far older than any idea ever formed. Begin with the breath. The air entering your lungs right now has been breathed by countless others. By every creature that has ever drawn breath on this earth over billions of years of living and dying and living again. You are inhaling the exhalations of ancient forests, of creatures long extinct, of every human being who ever stood at a window and looked at the sky, wondering what it all meant. You are breathing shared air. You have always been. Where, precisely, does the world end and you begin? Think about your body. Every atom in it was forged inside a star. Not metaphorically, not poetically as a kind of beautiful exaggeration, literally. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in every cell. These were created in the nuclear hearts of stars that lived and died long before this planet existed. You are not made from the universe. You are the universe, temporarily arranged into the shape of a person. Now think about the people who made you. Not only your parents, but theirs, and theirs before them. An unbroken chain of human lives reaching back through centuries of struggle and love and survival. Each one passing something forward without knowing exactly what they were passing, or to whom. You are the living result of an impossibly long line of people who found a way to endure. Every one of them had to survive. Every illness, every war, every famine, every broken heart, for you to exist in this exact moment. You are not alone in this life. You are the continuation of an immense human story. Widen the circle further. Beyond the people who share your history, to every stranger living right now, in every city, in every country, under every sky. At this exact moment, someone is being born. Someone is taking their last breath. Someone is falling in love for the first time. Someone is sitting in darkness, wondering if it will ever lift. Someone is laughing, really laughing, at something that needed no translation. All of it, simultaneously all of it now. One vast, breathing, luminous human family, so fractured on the surface, so unified at the root. What if separation is the story we tell, and connection is the truth beneath it? Go beyond the human. Feel the presence of every living thing sharing this planet. The forests exhaling, the oceans circulating their ancient waters. The migration of birds following invisible lines through the sky. The mycorrhizal networks beneath the soil. Trees communicating through their roots in a silent, unhurried language that has existed for 400 million years. Life speaking to life. Everything in conversation with everything else. A web so intricate, so complete, so breathtakingly interdependent that the removal of any single thread diminishes the whole. You are a thread in this web, an essential, irreplaceable thread. Let that land somewhere deep, not as a comfortable thought, but as a felt reality, a recognition that loosens something in the chest, a sense of belonging so fundamental, it makes the ordinary loneliness of human life seem, suddenly, like a misunderstanding. You were never truly separate. The feeling of isolation, however real, however painful, was always a kind of optical illusion, a temporary narrowing of vision that mistakes the wave for something apart from the ocean. You are the ocean, wearing the shape of a wave. Rest in this vastness now. Feel how much larger you are than the story you usually tell about yourself. Feel how much more connected than the distances between people would suggest. Feel the quiet, extraordinary privilege of being conscious, of being the part of existence that can turn around and wonder at itself. You are the universe becoming aware of its own beauty. And in this moment, in this single, unrepeatable moment, that is more than enough. Arrive here without expectations. For this is the one stage that cannot be understood, only entered, like walking through a door that opens onto no room you have ever mapped, no landscape you have ever named, the usual tools. Logic, analysis, the careful architecture of thought are gently, lovingly set aside here. What is needed now is something older. Wonder. Consider how much you do not know. Not as a failure, but as a vast and luminous fact. The most brilliant minds that have ever existed eventually arrived at the same shore. The shore where knowledge ends and something else begins. Not ignorance, not confusion. Something closer to awe. Every answer ever found has revealed 10,000 deeper questions beneath it. Every door opened has shown a corridor of further doors stretching toward a horizon that never arrives. The universe is not a puzzle awaiting solution. It is a mystery, inviting participation. Think about consciousness itself. You are aware right now, undeniably, unmistakably aware. You experience color and warmth and the particular feeling of this moment. You have an inner life so rich and so private that no instrument has ever measured it. No language has ever fully captured it. How does matter become experience? How does a universe of particles and forces give rise to the felt quality of a single moment? No one knows. Not approximately. Not almost. No one has the beginning of an answer. And yet, here you are, experiencing, wondering alive to your own aliveness in a way that is, if you let yourself feel it fully, absolutely extraordinary. You are the universe's greatest unsolved mystery. From the inside. Now turn toward time. 13 billion years of existence before this moment. The slow forming of galaxies, the birth and death of countless stars, the improbable emergence of life from chemistry, of awareness from life. And then, at the very end of that incomprehensible chain of events, you. Here now, reading these words. What are the chances? What strange and perfect sequence of events had to unfold exactly as it did, for this precise moment to exist? The answer is so close to impossible that it dissolves the boundary between accident and miracle. Your existence is not ordinary. It has never been ordinary. Sit now with what cannot be spoken. There is a quality to existence, beneath the named things, beneath the explained things that language can point toward but never contain. Every poet who ever wrote knew this. Every mystic who ever sat in silence knew this. Every person who ever stood at the edge of an ocean at night and felt something move in them that had no name. They knew this. It is not nothing. It is not everything either. At least not in any way the mind can hold. It is the felt presence of infinite depth beneath the surface of ordinary moments. It is always there. We simply forget to look. Let wonder arise now, freely, without direction. Wonder at the fact that color exists, that music can move a human body to tears, that strangers can love each other, that a seed knows how to become a tree, that time moves in only one direction and no one knows why, that you can close your eyes and see worlds that have never existed. Do not try to resolve any of it. Resolution is not the point. The point is the widening. The point is the opening of something in the chest that recognizes it is standing before something vast. Humility lives here, not the humility of smallness, but of spaciousness. The recognition that to be human is to be permanently, beautifully surrounded by more than can ever be grasped. And rather than that being terrifying, let it be freeing. You do not need to understand everything. You were never meant to. You are meant to experience, to feel the warmth of the sun and the ache of longing and the inexplicable joy of an ordinary Tuesday that somehow becomes luminous for no reason at all. Mystery is not the absence of meaning. It is meaning in its purest, most uncontainable form. Rest here now. edge of the knowable. Let the questions be enough. Let the not knowing be a kind of home, and feel quietly in the deepest part of you the particular peace that comes only to those who have stopped needing the universe to be smaller than it is. Close your eyes, and for a moment, just a moment, let go of the scale at which you normally experience your life. The scale of days and deadlines, of rooms and roads, of the particular geography of your personal story. Let yourself become very gently. Begin with the planet. Feel the earth beneath you. Not just the floor, not just the ground, but the actual planet, a sphere of rock and water and living things, spinning silently through space at extraordinary speed, traveling its ancient elliptical path around a star, as it has done for 4.5 billion years. Every civilization that has ever risen and fallen did so on this single, fragile, irreplaceable sphere. Every war ever fought, every love ever declared, every prayer ever whispered into darkness, every child ever born, every last breath ever drawn, all of it here, on this one improbable island of life in an ocean of space, so vast the mind cannot genuinely hold it. And you are here too right now, on this. Now expand further. Move outward from the earth to the moon, that faithful companion, pulling the tides, illuminating 10,000 generations of upturned human faces. Further, past the planets of this solar system, each one a world of its own, each one utterly inhospitable to the fragile miracle of your existence. Further still, past the sun, our star, a burning sphere of gas so large that 1,000,000 Earths could fit inside it, and yet itself merely an average star, unremarkable among the hundreds of billions of stars in this galaxy alone. One galaxy of 2 trillion. Let that number land, not as information, but as an experience. 2 trillion galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. Each of those stars potentially orbited by worlds. The observable universe stretching 14 billion light years in every direction. And beyond that, more, perhaps infinitely more. A of which we can know nothing. And somewhere in the middle of all of this, a small blue planet, a single continent, a single city, a single room. You, breathing aware, wondering, does this make you feel small? Perhaps, and there is no shame in that feeling. Smallness in the face of genuine immensity is simply honesty. But stay with it a little longer, because there is another way to feel this, one that arrives just on the other side of the smallness. If you remain with it long enough, preciousness. In all of that incomprehensible vastness, as far as we know, as deeply as we have ever looked, there is nowhere else in the universe where something is sitting quietly, aware of its own existence, moved by music, capable of love, asking questions about the nature of reality. Consciousness, your consciousness, may be among the rarest phenomena in existence. The universe is immense, and you are the part of it that knows. You have traveled far, not in distance, but in depth through the landscape of your own breath, through the patience of forests and the wisdom of rivers, through the open heart of compassion, through the cathedral of silence, through the mirror of the witness, through the tender truth of impermanence, the dignity of sacred action, the liberation of forgiveness, through the web of unity, the shores of mystery, the infinite expanse of the cosmos. And now, you return. Not to where you left. You can never return to exactly where you left. You return as someone who has remembered something important. Sit quietly for a moment and feel the fullness of this. There is no fanfare for what has happened here, no certificate, no visible transformation that others will necessarily notice. The world outside this stillness is exactly as you left it, with all its noise, its demands, its beauty, its difficulty. And yet something has shifted. Perhaps only slightly, perhaps more than you yet know. Something has been touched in you that does not fully untouched itself, a quiet knowing, settled now in the body as much as the mind, that will surface at unexpected moments. In the middle of a difficult conversation, in the pause before a reaction, in an ordinary afternoon that suddenly, inexplicably, feels like enough. That is the fruit of this practice, not the sitting, but what the sitting slowly makes possible. Bring to mind everything you have visited in this cycle. The breath that anchored you to the present, the river that taught you to flow, The open heart that chose to remain tender. The silence that held more than any word could carry. The witness who was never broken. The acceptance that made peace with what cannot be controlled. The ordinary moment made sacred by full attention. The forgiveness that chose freedom over resentment. The web of connection that made separation feel like a dream. The mystery that made not knowing feel like home. The cosmos that made you feel simultaneously small and extraordinary. All of this, all of it, lives in you now. Not as memory, as texture. Ask yourself now, honestly and without pressure, what wisdom will you carry forward? Perhaps it is the river, the reminder to stop forcing and start flowing. Perhaps it is the witness, the knowledge that you are always more than what you are currently experiencing. Perhaps it is simply the breath, one conscious inhale, available in any moment, that returns you to yourself. You do not need to carry everything. One true thing, held with genuine intention, can change the entire quality of a life. Choose one thing. Hold it lightly. Let it work. Now think about today. Not tomorrow. Not the week ahead with its complications and unknowns. Just today. The specific hours remaining, the particular people you will encounter, the ordinary moments that will present themselves without announcement. A conversation, a meal, a quiet walk, a task completed, a sky seen through a window at an angle you have never noticed before. What deserves your attention today? Not your anxiety, not your ambition, not the performance of being someone adequate to the demands of the world. Your attention, clean, present, freely given. Gratitude arrives here, not summoned, but natural. Gratitude for the fact of being alive in a universe that did not have to produce life. Gratitude for consciousness, for the ability to feel, to question, to love, to sit in stillness and wonder at existence. Gratitude for every person who has shaped you, including those who shaped you painfully. Gratitude for the journey. Not only the beautiful parts, but the difficult ones that carved you into someone capable of depth. A life is not made by its ease. It is made by what it is willing to feel. Now, very gently, begin to return. Feel the weight of your body, the temperature of the air, the sounds of the world reassembling themselves around you. Let your eyes open slowly, letting light return without rush. You are the same person who began this journey, and you are not. Carry the stillness like a lantern, not held high for others to admire, but held close at the level of the heart, casting its quiet light on the next step, and the one after that, and the one after that. You do not need to see the whole path. One step taken with full presence is always enough. Go now, back into your beautiful, complicated, irreplaceable life. Back to the people who need you. Back to the work that asks something of you. silence does. It begins. It begins. It begins. You have traveled far.